Hi, this is Mandy from Sunflowers and Doors. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just about to do a little bit of work with these 6x6's. These are the difficult 6x6's that you kind of have to try and find something to do with them. And yeah, so I kind of like to use them in full. So I'm just going to do a few quick makes, really quick, and yeah, thought you might want to join me. So I have started off just by doing some side pockets. These are inspired by the lovely Justine Jenkins from House of Mahalo, and all these are literally, you've got your 6x6. And all I'm doing is I'm folding them. I'm not measuring, I'm just choosing a fold line. I'm cutting the corners on each piece. And that will literally be attached to a page, and you'll have a pocket underneath here, and you'll have a pocket here. So these will be glued down there. They are literally really simple ways of using some of the 6x6's, and I like to do that with some of my favourite papers, you know. So again, it's just a really simple process. I'm not measuring, I'm just folding over, corner cutter. There we go. And this makes it, when you start to put a project together, it makes it super easy, because literally you've got your base. All you're going to do is you're going to kind of embellish it a little bit and yeah, add to it. So that is the idea of putting some of these pieces together. Okay, so yeah, no, no. And I'll link them once I know what project I'm going to use them with. So that's those 4 pieces, really simple. Okay, with these, I'm going to do some pockets. I'm going to fold them exactly in half, like so. I'm going to get my paper cutter, and I'm going to cut a little bit into here. And again, I'm not measuring, I'm just eyeballing. What I'm going to do with this then is I'm going to glue the 2 sides, so the bottom and the one side, together, and that is just going to leave us with the opening on top, which will be ideal for a bookmark. I'll also embellish these a little bit more with perhaps some scraps, but as it stands at the moment, that is a really quick and simple pocket, and that'll give us a full size pocket down here. Just going to let that glue set, and we can come back and I can show you that again. So again, I'm going to do the same with, I think, this one here. Try to do this one as close to the edge as I can, but so you don't get all that overspill of glue, but you also want to leave enough space so that it gives you a nice deep pocket inside. So that's those two. I'll do the same with this one. So that's number 3, and I will do, I think, that one for number 4. I think I might have already done one of these. Yeah. So the great thing with these is you can either put them inside your journals and have them attach them to your page and have them as a standalone pocket. You can attach them to your page and have them as a text spot with a pocket inside, or you can just use them and pop them inside of the pocket. So I have got so much Tim Holtz. I know it's hard to believe, but literally I've got so much Tim Holtz paper that I just want to use some up, you know. So I know that there will be another Tim Holtz project in my future. I'm sorry, Lisa. So all I'm doing at the moment is just putting some ephemera pieces together. So we've got 4 of our side pockets, or 5 of our side pockets, 4 of our, no, oh gosh, what have I done there? There, 4 of our top pockets, 5 of our side pockets. Now, I think, yeah, okay. So with these ones, I am going to cut 1 inch off them. So I'm going to take them down to 5 inches. And so. And you've all seen me do these ones, I'm sure. I'm going to fold in half. Or is it? Yep, that way there. So I've got my, what's left is my 6x5. I folded in half along the 5 line. I'm going to pop my bottom corner up to the centre piece there. Okay, then I'm going to turn it right the way around, and I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to pop my corner piece onto the centre bit there. And then I am going to glue down these bottom pieces. So just the pieces that touch on the centre, I'm going to glue those down. So 1 there, and 1 here. So we end up with this weird shape here. And then what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take my middle section here, the piece that I cut off, and I'm going to place it across the middle, just like that. I'm going to flip it over while holding on to it, and I am going to fold over one of the pieces. It doesn't matter which piece you fold over. It doesn't matter whether it's the kind of square cut or the piece that folds over your angle. It just doesn't matter. Just going to fold one of those over, and I'm going to do exactly the same on this one. Again, it doesn't matter which one you fold over. So that is going to go there. We're going to flip it back over the right way, and I'm just going to quickly cut off these excess bits here. So there's a tiny bit there, and there's there. I'm going to do the same over here. I'm going to cut off these excess bits, and then I'm just going to make sure that that is fully glued down, and the same over here. Okay, what we end up with here is we end up with like a bit of a weird shape, but we'll attach this to our journal like this, and depending on how we attach it, we create for ourselves a number of pockets. So I kind of like to attach it down here and down here, and then a piece that just goes across underneath here. If we do it that way, we end up with a really nice pocket here, a really nice pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here, and a belly band there. If we attach this to our journal along this line, centre line, and this line, we will end up with a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here, and the belly band again. So really simple piece, and it does give you like a bit of a quirky kind of look to your pages. So yeah, I really do like the quirkiness of this. This one was inspired by Cori. Well, I'm saying it was inspired. This was a piece by Cori from Creating with Scraps. Absolutely adore Cori's work. And this is a piece she did in her Creating with Scraps series. If you haven't seen that, oh my goodness, you really need to see it because it's just awesome. So I'll just show you quickly again. I'm going to take an inch off one of these 6-inch lines. Doesn't matter which one you do. I'm just going to take an inch off. I'm going to fold it in half just gently so I know where I'm at. Okay, so we've got the 6-inch here, we've got the 5-inch here. I'm going to take my bottom piece and fold it across like that. Turn it over and do exactly the same on the other side. Not quite up to the fold line, but very close. Okay, we're going to glue these two pieces down, like so. Same with this one over here, we're going to glue it down, like so. So we've got our weird shape. Excuse me. Then we can choose to go across here or across here. I'm going to do this one, I think. If you want to ink your pieces, then do it before you start gluing, because otherwise you just will not get the chance. So that's going to sit across there. I'm going to fold it over again, and I'm going to fold one of these flaps over here. And this, as I said, I love because, turning it around, sorry, and we're going to fold another flap over here. I love this because even though you're not ending up with finished pieces, you know, you've got pieces that you need to embellish and kind of dress up, you've got a really good base to start them with. Now this one here is a bit squiffy, but it won't actually show as much when we cut this off. So a piece down there, and again a piece there. what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to cut these corner pieces here just to give it a softer look. Okay, so there's our two pieces there. Okay, so we have more. Excuse me. What I'm going to do with this one here is I'm going to fold corner to corner like so, and I'm just literally going to put a bit of a finger dent there. I'm going to do the same on the other side, and the idea is we need to find out where these two meet and just make a little mark there. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to take each of our four corners and we're going to fold these up almost to our mark, not quite, but almost to our mark, and do the same with the other corners. Now this one I didn't measure particularly well, but it can still be used. It's just not a good example of what I want to show you, to be honest. So I'm going to pop that there a moment. The other way to do this, which is probably a better way, is to take your ruler, make sure you're touching both of your edges, your points. Just put a little line in pencil, turn it over and do exactly the same. Now this sometimes works if it sometimes goes a bit squiffy if you haven't cut your 6x6 properly. And unfortunately my cutter cuts out at the 6 mark, so you can't actually see what you're doing, but you can see there the cross, so I know where my centre piece is there. We'll see now whether I've cut this one any better. So I'm going to fold it over, turn it around and fold it over again. It's looking better. We're going to fold over our next piece. Again, it's not perfect, so I haven't cut these as a 6. They've got to be slightly over on one of my areas, because otherwise they would fold and they would be quite perfect, but they're not going to be there. So yeah, okay, so we end up with this weird little shape. What I'm going to do is I've got this piece here which isn't folding properly. You see it's catching there. So that's not going to affect my project if I do my next fold, taking into account that, if you know what I mean. So I have to fold this in half. If I folded it in half this way, we would probably see the impact of that, if you like. If I fold it this way, if you like, it's not going to notice as much because we're going to take some piece off. I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever, but basically we've got this shape, and what we're then going to do is we're going to turn it over so our triangles are underneath. We're going to fold this in half like this, and you can see where it's off centre there slightly, and that'll tell you that there was a issue with the measurement initially. But I'm just going to straighten that a bit like that and give that a good burnish. So what we end up then with is this shape here. Okay, really cute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop both of these folds together and I'm going to put them up like that. So we have this shape on both sides. I'm going to get my cutter. I'm not going to measure, but I am going to make sure that the back piece here is on the same line so that I'm cutting straight. And I'm going to just chop off a section of each top triangle. I'm going to fold them over like this and fold them over like that. What we're then going to do is is that right? Yeah, sorry. I have to take the whole piece off, not just a little bit. So let's do that one again. Make sure that this is even or straight. It's better. So we end up with this shape here, and we end up with 4 little pieces here. What we're going to do with these 4 little pieces is the first one I'm going to pop over here like this, and I'm going to glue it just along the bottom piece here. So I'm going to glue that like that. And I'm going to turn it over and do exactly the same. I'm going to glue this piece on the bottom like this. Okay, so now in effect what we've got is our 2 glued pieces here, and we've still got our kind of untouched centerpiece here. We're going to take this untouched centerpiece and we're going to glue it together on the sides. Okay. So we end up with a pocket here. Just going to push that over there. With these 2 pieces, we're going to anchor these on top of our pieces that we've just, it's a baby crow I think, on the pieces that we've just popped on. So these bottom pieces here, we're going to pop this on there. Now you've seen me do these recently with a big sheet. This is the kind of baby version of it. Turn it over and do exactly the same here. Now on the bigger piece, you kind of have the same format, but you have tucks that are actually more usable, if you like. So what we end up with here is we've got a centre pocket here, we've got a pocket here, and then technically we've got 2 tucks. We've got one there under that small piece, and we've got another one here. You can still use both of them. On the bigger pieces it's more noticeable, but we've got a pocket, 2 tucks, centre pocket. Turn it over, we've got another pocket here and another 2 tucks. So we end up with 3 pockets and 4 tucks. Now this, obviously you're not going to want to attach it to your page because you're not going to get access to the other side. What I love to do with these is pop them in pockets, and you can use them as stamp cards or cards to hold labels or whatever you want to do. With the bigger ones, I kind of like them almost like a Bible buddy, so you can kind of put it in your Bible or your book or whatever you're doing, and you can, if they're big enough, then they're a nice size, so that you can actually put pieces of paper and keep some notes or whatever. But I'll show you that one again. I'm going to start with this one again because I don't want to waste the paper, but I'm going to measure it, and you will see probably that it's just over or just under the 6-inch mark. So that one there is just under. This one here, oh, that's just under as well. So it should work. I've obviously just done my marking wrong. So I'm going to go with the ruler again. You can't use the ruler so well on the 12 by 12s because it's so big. Yeah, I was way out. Gosh, way out. I don't like this atlas paper. It's weird, isn't it? Okay. So at least now we know where our pieces should be. So yeah, I was way out. So I'm going to burnish these to make a decent crease. I'm going to go over here. This one wasn't quite so bad. But these ones, I don't know where I would have been trying to fit it together. Certainly wasn't in the right place. There we go. Just a tad there. Excuse me. It's a lot better. So we've got our 4 triangles folded over and our back piece. We're going to flip this again, so our plain and touch piece is on top, and we're going to fold this over in half. And again, we're just going to give that a burnish because we need it to be pretty tight close. Yeah, okay. So now we have the shape again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold these 2 flaps upwards again. This time I'm going to do it right first time and cut off the flaps completely. Again, just make sure your line's really straight. And what I'm going to do with these is, as I did with the other one, I'm going to take a little bit off the top, but I'm going to take less off the top this time. And you'll see the effect of having the deeper pockets or the deeper text spots. I mean, with a piece this small, it doesn't matter which one's the smallest because the text spots are going to be kind of really, really dotty. Excuse me. It's more practical with the bigger pieces. So, but it's still, you know, doable. So we've got our piece here again. We're going to take our pieces here, and these are going to be glued along this line here. I like to do it when it's folded, so you don't kind of go over the middle section, which is quite easy to do. So we're going to take our bigger of the 2 shapes and we're going to attach that back, but this time to the bottom. So don't forget that's come from this top bit here and we're attaching it to the bottom. This was supposed to be a stress-free half hour that I had just to do some, just to mess around with a few pieces. And the moment you put the camera on, things are never quite that simple, are they? So it's my own fault. I'm going away for a couple of days shortly, so I wanted to try and kind of get ahead of myself with filming. Yeah. So again, we've got the same shape here. This time we're going to pop these on, and you'll see that they are smaller, so you can see the two tacks a lot clearer. But this smaller one, you're going to be really, really limited to what you can use that tack for. And I'm just trying to match this point up with the bottom section there. Again, I'm not measuring, I'm not overthinking it, which is a miracle for me. Oops, a daisy. Okay. So this is what we've got at the moment. And then I am just going to glue these center folds together. Like so. And I'm just going to hold those in place for a minute to make sure that they set. Okay, so we've got two of our little envelope kind of inserts to pop inside of our journals. And again, just to confirm, we've got a pocket here, a pocket here, and a pocket here. I might put a little divot in that actually, so that you can see that that is a pocket a little bit clearer. Makes it a bit more quirky. So that's our third pocket in here. And then we've got one tack, two tacks, three tacks, four tacks. It's one of my favourite pieces to put together for a journal. I love working with these. So again, we'll just put a little notch in that one, smaller one. So we've got two of those inside pieces. We've got two of our quirky multi-pockets. We've got four of our full-size pockets here. And I'm going to show you how we're going to work on those a little bit. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of our side pockets. Okay, so still using my 6x6's. These are done. I will be inking them just to get rid of that whiteness, but they're done for now. So we're going to go with our pockets here. Okay, so you've got a nice deep pocket in there that will hold a journal card. Just going to make sure that that is opened like it needs to be. Yep. Okay, nice little piece there, front and back pattern. So let's see if we've got anything that is going to go with that. That is going to go with that, definitely. I'm going to use this side because I don't want it to be too blended in. And I'm just going to make a mark here. I'm going to give myself a little bit of space, and I'm going to make a mark so that this piece I'm going to cut off is just going to be probably about 3 or 4 millimeters short of the full width. Okay, so there's our mark. Let's make sure that this is even. Cut that off. I'm not sure that is even, but hey ho. Okay, so what we're then going to do is we are going to, yeah, it's not quite even, but we can work with that. What we're then going to do is we're going to, I think I'm just going to cut this in half actually. So it should be 6 inches. I'm going to cut it down to 3. just like that. I'm liking, I should have another one of these in the same pattern there, yeah. I'm liking this front pattern a lot. I don't really want to do too much with that. I love the back one, mind as well, but I'm going to turn them over. So our notches at the front, turn these over so that they're facing the back. And I am literally going to, no, I don't like it there. It's going to have to be here. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to have to be there, I think. So I'm going to take these two pieces together. I am going to put a notch in the top, again roughly centre, just eyeballing. I am going to ink these because they will want to be inked, and once they're on, then you don't have much of a choice on changing your mind. So I'm just going to ink these quickly. Like that. And these I am going to pop on the front here as pockets. Now if you really wanted to, you could put some on the back as well. Or you could put a belly band on there. And again, these are inspired by the 12 by 12 pieces that Cori Damon put together. I think she used the 12 by the 16 piece, 1, 2, 3, 4, no 12, the 12 by 12s with the 12 individual folds on them. I think she used those to make this. So I think they might have been a bit thinner. Might not have been actually, but from what I remember. And I'm going to pop this on here as well. And I am just going to ink around. Do you know what, as much as I love Tim Holtz, and I do, what frustrates me with the papers is, see this? When you take them out of the pad, they rip. And I'm definitely not the only one, I'm sure, who experiences that. And, you know, sometimes it means you can't even use that bit of paper. These aren't too bad, they'll hide with some ink, but yeah, it's not great. So I think that Tim Holtz needs to get his papers sorted. I haven't noticed it with any of the other pads. I use the Stamperia pads as well. Haven't noticed it with those that I can think of. I don't know whether it's because the Tim Holtz ones are thicker. The Stamperias tend to have 10 pieces with them. Whereas the Tim Holtz ones, I get the bigger pads, so possibly, I don't know. So yeah, there we go. So we've got a full pocket on here. We've got a pocket here. Oh, I'm starting to rip. I love this. Pocket here, and then as I said, if you're going to attach these to your pages, you could do that in a way where you've got another pocket, side or top, or you could put it as a text spot there. If you're not going to attach them to your pages and you're just going to put them in, then you can put perhaps a belly band across this top section here, or bottom, you know, middle section here, quite easily. But I'm going to leave those two like that because I want the option to be able to attach those to my journals. So I'm not going to do these two at the moment. I don't need to, but you can see the overall effect once you kind of embellish those a little bit. So that's those two pieces there. These I'm not going to do anything with either at the moment. When it comes down to kind of working on these, I'll probably embellish this bit a little bit, but you can't do a lot more with those. And of course with these ones here, so we've got a few pieces here. So I'm going to look at, yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do with this, again, I'm not going to measure, I like the look of this bright piece. Does it look straight? That really doesn't look straight. Okay. Let's go with an actual full square that we can see. I'm just going to chop a piece off, and I'm going to pick one that it will look okay on. So perhaps this one, maybe. No, that way. And this, I'm going to pop on here so that you can use that as either a belly band. Sorry, move these out the way so you can see what I'm doing. So you can either pop it on here and have that as a belly band, side belly band, or you can pop it on the corner here and have it as a really narrow tuck spot. You could put a thicker piece on and have that as a tuck spot. But with this one here, I quite like the idea of the belly band. Not sure if I think that colour goes particularly well though. So let's see what other bits we did here. Yeah, I'm not sure that this card is going to go too well with these pieces. Possibly add a little bit of colour to that one. Yeah, that's not too bad actually. Or a bit of colour to that one. I think I'll go with that one. So yeah, all I'm going to do with this is I am going to pop some glue here and here, and we're going to pop this on as a belly band like this. Now again, the great thing with this is you could have put another pocket there, you could have put a wider piece there for another side pocket, you could have put a wider piece there for a tuck spot, you could have put a piece on here down the bottom there for a tuck spot. There's loads and loads and loads of things that you can do with this. So I am now going to glue this down because I'm happy with the basic construction of this. Oops-a-daisy. Okay. So that will be a piece that we put on our journal. We're going to have a pocket here, and a nice big tuck spot there. And again, I'll probably put an embellishment or a cluster or something, or even an altered paper clip attached to that middle section just to jazz that up again. And exactly the same can be done with these. I'm not going to, because I haven't got the paper that I want to work with, but that is the basic idea for that one. And again, if you're going to ink that, then probably do it before you glue it, which I haven't done. But I can recover from that. And it just defines it a little bit more. So we've got pockets, side pockets, double side pockets with tuck spots. We've got our pieces here which give us, it can give us up to what, 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets, 1 tuck. Depends how you attach them to your page. We've got our little journal card holders here. and these couple here with extra pockets on and inking. And then we've got these little tiny little inserts that pop into pockets or whatever it is you want to do with them. I love those little pieces. Okay, so that is those. We've got a couple more sheets left. So we've got 2 sheets left. Okay, so what are we going to do with these 2 sheets? Well, we can do a couple of things. I'll give you an example of one. Just going to grab my scoreboard. And I'm going to come in. Let me just measure a normal piece of A4 paper. Just because I want to see if that's folded, how much room I've got to play with. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to come in, I think I'm going to come in 1/2 inch from this side. I'm going to flip it around and come in 1/2 inch from the bottom. Oops. And I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to come in 1/2 inch again. I'm trying to do this early tonight because there's going to be a party next door, so I don't think I'm going to be able to, sorry for shaking the camera, I don't think I'm going to be able to get anything done. Okay, so you can probably see it better here. We've got our pieces there. This one here hasn't been touched at all, so we've got a score line down here, score line across here, score line up here. Where these 2 score lines touch, I'm literally just going to cut a triangle off the end. Same over here. So what that then happens is we choose which side we want, front or back, and I am literally going to then fold these lines in. Fold this in here and fold this in here. Okay, so that becomes a nice deep pocket. I've got this little piece of leftover card here. It blends in there almost as though you can't see it, to be honest. So I'm gonna measure this like so, and just cut that top bit off. Is that my measure? There. I think. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna put a bit of a divot. Every time I say that, I want to laugh. I don't know if you've seen the comedy series Friends, but at one point Ross tries to get a chair or sofa upstairs in his apartment, and he, excuse me, says pivot. But it's hysterical. Really, really funny. Okay, sorry about that. So, yeah, we've got a nice deep pocket. Here. And that's got a nice, going to give us a nice stretch as well because we've put the gusset in there. So, just going to ink along that. And I am going to pop this on here, like so. Okay, so we've got ourselves a pocket with another pocket. You could get really, really silly and put another pocket on the front, or you could even put this scrap here on here and have that as a little space for some tickets or some cuties. Might do that rather than waste it. And it really is a dutty pocket, so you're not going to get an awful lot in there. But again, just why not? Why not? Okay. So that will go on there, like that. And as I said, you could pop some tickets in there. So you've got a nice deep pocket here, you've got another pocket here. If I can get in there. And then you've got that dutty little pocket there for some tickets or some tags or whatever it is that you want. And then with this last piece here, I think I'm going to cut off part of this. Again, I'm not going to measure it, I'm just going to cut it off. Just going to make sure I'm on a decent cut line. Yep, like that. Okay, I'm going to cut this in half. So it should be 3 inches each piece. In fact, I'm going to cut it just short of 3 inches, and I'm going to take a little bit off that because again, I want it just short of 3 inches. And no, I'm not going to use that tiny bit on this project, but that would look lovely on a scrap card, so don't throw your bits away. Okay, so with this one here, I'm literally going to fold it over like so. And I am going to create for myself a pocket here. Just make sure that closes, which it should do. Because we cut it just short of the measurements. And again, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it a bit. I'm not going to measure. And in fact, I think I'm going to put the pocket on this side here. Okay, and with this one, I'm going to take this top corner off here. I'm going to ink this one a little bit more because it's quite bright. I don't want it too bright. And I'm going to pop that on the side here as a text spot. And we have got for ourselves almost like a little passport-y type thing. So, got that there. So we've got a little passport type thing. We can open it up here. We've got a text spot there. We've got a pocket there. Now, if you wanted to, you could put a notebook in the middle section here with some tea dyed, coffee dyed paper, and just add a notebook in the middle section. I don't think I've got any. Where's my scraps? There's my scraps. There's my scraps. I don't think I've got any coffee dyed paper in my scraps. Oh, you're not for this size anyway. I've used most of it. But this will kind of give you a bit of an idea. So you can give yourself a little notebook in there. You can either staple that in, or you can stitch it in. Probably say to staple that in mind. And then you will have a little notebook, side tack there, a bottom pocket there, and again you can build on that and build on that. And what I'll probably do before I use it is I'll probably give myself another pocket on the back, and I might even give myself another pocket on the front. So it'll be a notebook with loads of little added pockets. I think I will put some coffee dyed paper in there for a little notebook. I like the look of that. Yeah, I do like the look of that. And again, you can either pop that into a pocket or a text spot or your journal, or you could, if you wanted to, add that to the back piece, attach that to your journal, give yourself a text spot here, and then that will open out there almost as a little kind of hidden type space. Up to you, but there's loads and loads of options with that one as well. So yeah, I'm definitely going to put some coffee dyed paper in there, because I think that'll make a really cool little notebook. So that's it. I'm going to stop there because I can feel things starting to liven up next door. So again, really simple notebook with some, like a passport type notebook with some pockets, and you can add, again, we've got a really big pocket here with another pocket on top and another little pocket, and then we've got all of our other bits and pieces here that we kind of worked on earlier. So yeah, not bad for probably about half hour or so's work. I do love just to be able to grab my scraps sometimes and work with them, but I love as well to be able to grab some of the things that you don't always have kind of uses for, if you like. So the 6x6 are harder, I think, sometimes to match or to use than the 12x12s. I have also done some cards. I don't know where they are now, but again, from the 6x6s, they make some really cute little cards. And all I did with those was literally you cut yourself your shape. So probably cut myself 2 of those and use those as cards with some journaling spots on the back with some coffee dyed paper. Use glossy accents to highlight any of the bits that you might want to show off. It's a little bit difficult on this one to show you, but on here perhaps you would want to kind of make her dress kind of really, I don't know if that's a bird again. You could kind of dress up her dress, so you've got a nice little shiny glittery dress on that one. I think I'm going to do that actually. That's not a bad idea, except I've lost my sticky pin thing. Oh, there it is, it's just hiding. Oh. Okay, I kind of need oh, they're in there, I can't get at them. Let's try my glue pen, because it's glue. So if I pop that in there like that. See, this is the problem. When I just think I'm done, I always think of something else I want to do. So I'm just literally going to kind of almost paint her dress with some glossy accents. You won't be able to see the effect of it now because it needs to dry, but it'll just be a little pop of shimmer or gloss when we go to use this. And it does really just makes a difference. Just a little pop makes a huge, huge difference. So that is gonna stay here and dry, and I'm definitely going to leave it there. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed just kind of hanging out for a little bit. That was the only intention, and yeah, I'm going to go and now have some food, and I think I'm going to kind of chill out in front of the TV for a little while. So I hope whatever you are doing, wherever you are kind of enjoying yourself. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there, and till the next time, as always, take care, and I'll catch you in the next video. Okay, bye for now.